Hi, my name is Leo Toivio. I am the lead programmer for Skylar Plux Adventure on Clover Island. That was made by RightNiceGaming, that's located in Stockholm, Sweden.
For how long has your studio been active as an indie game studio?
Officially, I think we created the studio November 2015 or something like that. But the game has been worked on since the start of 2015, like January.
So, Skylar Plux is your only game?
Yeah, Skylar Plux is the only game of RightNiceGaming.
How many people are currently working for RightNiceGaming?
It's not super easy to tell because there are like some people that are not working full time and some people that are working full time and so forth. But I'd say that we are 5 to 6 people around that. Yeah.
Okay, that's not so many.
No, we're very small studio actually.
What were the sources of inspiration for making Skylar Plux?
So, like, Skylar Plux actually started as a student project. And there were two guys that are not longer working on RightNiceGaming. They wanted to create a 3D platformer because, like, they were longing to play a 3D platformer. They wanted to play something that was a 3D platformer, but there were no 3D platformers coming out. This was like super late 2014, start of 2015. There were no 3D platformers on the horizon, I think. Yeah. And so they decided that, okay, our student project is going to be a 3D platformer. And then when the student project started, they got everyone else on board, and people were super excited. And then we created RightNiceGaming from that. Did that answer your question?
Yes.
Yeah, nice.
So
Cool.
You started it as a student project, so this means you were all in school?
Yes, we were on school. We were going to a school in Stockholm called Future Games, which is a 2-year-old vocational education where you learn to make games and or graphics for games.
Well, it's really nice that you also learn to make graphics for games, otherwise you only have programmers.
Yeah.
That would be really weird.
Yeah.
Can you say anything about the story of Skylar Plux without giving too many spoilers?
Skylar and Plux is about finding... How do I say this in the best way? Yeah, as you can hear, I'm the programmer for the game. So I'm just gonna think of something very... I'm gonna look a bit at my sheet here. And so the story is about Skylar finding her place in the world, obeying what other people tell her to think that she is or what she wants to do. So there's this bad guy called CRT, and he
Yes, what does CRT do?
Sometimes I get nervous and then stop. So yeah, let's take that from the top. Skylar is captured by CRT that rebuilt her arm in order to make her into a weapon, and he tries to make Skylar believe that she was created for one purpose, but she defies CRT and wants to save the island that he has destroyed. Yeah.
Did Skylar Plux become what you have planned it to become?
Yeah, that's a really good question, actually. Like, games change all the time, and it's not unusual to have one idea from the start and then have something totally different when you're finished. But I think it's like, from my perspective, it turned out pretty much like I expected it to be. I think actually it's a bit bigger of a game than I thought that it was gonna be from the start. I thought the game was gonna be a bit shorter, but in the end it turned out like longer than I thought, which is really nice. But we did actually for a while plan to have a second world, or like the desert area in the world was planned to be a totally different part of the world. So we had Clover Island, and then we had what was it called? I think it was called
The mountain?
No, it was the desert back then was called I can't figure it out. I can't remember, but it was something else. So the island and the desert were supposed to be two different parts, but then we decided to put the desert onto the island later.
Okay, so they had to swim like from the island to the desert, or did CRT put them there or something?
Like, we didn't have the story planned back then that much. We just wanted to have like nice looking game from the start, and then like thought more about the story later. So at least from my perspective as a programmer, I didn't think that much about the story back then.
Well, you are a programmer. The story doesn't really matter for you.
Not really.
I can imagine that. I mean, if I were a programmer, I wouldn't really care about the story of the game I would work on. I would just care about it for that it works well.
Yeah, I have put a lot of time into making it work, and then like I trust my colleagues to make a really good story, and I trust my colleagues to make good music and art and stuff. And I think they made something really great together. Or we made something really great together, and so like if I don't have responsibility for an area, I just trust the other guys to do it, and they did a really good job.
Well, then it's it is right, I guess.
Yeah.
Did you use an engine for Skylar Plux?
Yeah, we used the Unreal Engine. The latest version of Unreal Engine 4. It was really good to work with. I think Unreal Engine is like a perfect engine to work with if you're making a 3D platformer.
Awesome. So you chose Unreal Engine because it's the best for a 3D platformer, or?
Actually, we chose it because that was a requirement for the student project.
Wow.
You had to make a game in Unreal Engine, and then like I'm very familiar with the Unity. I worked with Unity professionally, and comparing the two, I would say that Unreal is really good. Like my favorite engine. If I would make another 3D platformer, I would choose Unreal Engine. But then, so comparing Unity and Unreal, I would say like Unreal is very good for 3D platforming games.
What is the best thing about Unreal Engine?
The best thing about Unreal Engine? Sounds like I'm selling the engine at the moment. I'm not getting paid to say this, but yeah. I would say that Unreal Engine is really good in a sense because you get everything out of the box. There are very few extra plugins that you have to have to add to the engine to make it work. You just have everything inside of there, and there's not so much like plugins that you have installed. It's very good. The tools are really great. The tools that come with the engine are really great from the start.
Okay. But what is the worst thing about the Unreal Engine?
In the beginning, it crashed a lot, like a lot. But then when we got more and more updates, it got better and better. And
Now it doesn't crash so much anymore?
no, it doesn't. But it's very big. Like it's hard to like if you want to make a finished game in Unreal Engine, you have to have a lot of knowledge and stuff. So it's hard to get into because there's so much. Like if you want to do something in Unreal Engine, you have to do it the Unreal Engine way. And I think that can be a negative if you are used to working in another way.
Like with your own engine or Unity.
Yeah. Exactly.
For what platforms did you develop Skylar Plux, and why did you choose these platforms?
We developed Skylar Plux for PC, Xbox, and PlayStation. And we decided these platforms because we thought that a 3D platformer game is perfect for a console. That's why we chose PlayStation and Xbox. And then because we developed on PC, the game ran best on PC. We decided that, of course, we're gonna release it for PC as well. But we recommend playing with a controller plugged into the PC.
Okay. Well, at least you did bring us to consoles. That's special enough with indies.
Yeah.
What was the overall goal for Skylar Plux, and do you think you have achieved it?
Overall goal for me or for the company or...
For the game.
For the game. I don't really understand the question.
What was the overall goal for this product, so for your game? And
Yeah.
do you think you have achieved it?
Overall goal in terms
yeah.
of sales or impact in the market or...
Well, in your case, you made it as a student project, so like, did you get a high rate for the projects? That kind of answer.
I think like the overall goal was, I think it was to bring 3D platformers back from, I think that's a valid answer. Like we are of course gamers ourselves, and we love to play 3D platformers, and if we make a 3D platformers, people get excited about 3D platformers, then we're gonna get more 3D platformers. And also, since this is we started off as students, this was also like a test to see, can we actually release a game? Can we make it? There's a lot of indies that start games but they never release them, and so the goal was always to push through and release the game.
And you did?
Yeah.
Awesome. What was the biggest challenge in the production of Skylar Plux?
The biggest challenge? I think the biggest challenge was communication. Communications between your teammates and stuff.
Mm-hmm. You didn't have an office, or?
We had an office, but not everyone worked from the office. So some people like to work from home, and we are our partners that did the porting for the game, and like marketing and some stuff. Um, they are based in Czech Republic. So
yeah, that's not really around the corner.
sorry, no, yeah, exactly. So communication through email and communication through Skype and Slack and everything, that was probably the hardest part. Because I am a very face-to-face person, so working with people from other parts of the world was, for me, it was very challenging.
But you survived. Did you get any help from the industry to develop or promote this game?
We actually got the Unreal Development Grant from Epic Games. So they give up some money for indie developers and tool developers for Unreal Engine, that for projects that they're excited about, and we got a part of this grant. And also, when the game was still a student project, we won Swedish Game Awards for best execution in art and also Game of the Year. So that was really nice.
Yeah, you did well with awards. Do you have ambition to win more awards?
Of course, that would be very nice.
Oh, make more cool games and win more awards. You will become famous from it.
Yeah, that's that would be very nice.
Yeah. But then you also have to go on TV and everything. How long did it take to create Skylar Plux?
It took us about a year and a half or 2 years.
That's not really long for this kind of game.
Sorry, do you think it was long or short?
Short.
Yeah. I
mean, I have played games that developers have worked on for like 5 years.
Yeah.
And
yeah.
They were on kind of the same level, so yeah.
Nice. Well, I guess like the better tools you have, the faster you can work. So
it's all about the tools.
I don't know. It's nice to have good tools. Yeah.
Or you have been working at night and haven't slept in 2 years.
That's sometimes it was a lot of work, but I try to keep it sane at least. So I think it was yeah, we did it in 1.5, 2 years, something like that.
Mm-hmm. As you know, I have played this game, and it doesn't really happen a lot that I play the game before I do an interview.
Yeah.
But while playing the game, I noticed that there is a lot of characters that have voice acting, like Plux has a voice actor, CRT has a voice actor, even the Alder has a voice actor, but Skylar doesn't talk. Why?
We decided to make Skylar a silent protagonist because, first of all, we are an indie developer. We want to keep costs low. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So, and of course, like when you look at other 3D platformers and stuff, look at Jak and Daxter, for example. They have a silent protagonist. So we wanted to keep like the same feel in the game, and we wanted to make so that, like, since we thought the player, when they play the game, Skylar is like them inside of the game, sort of. So it's their avatar in the game, and making that avatar speak and say stuff that the player wouldn't normally say would like break the connection between the player and Skylar. And that's also one of the reasons we chose to have a silent protagonist.
Okay. Well,
Yeah.
at first I thought you just didn't have a female voice actor.
But we did have a female voice actor for the Elder.
Well, the elder had like a really high voice. I think a male can do that.
Yeah, but that was actually a real female.
Okay. She had a really, really high voice then.
Yeah, I think we did some pitching, some post stuff to the voice as well.
You edited her voice to make the voice higher.
Maybe.
Because it was like a really, really high voice.
Yeah, I think that might have been the case. Like we have different voice actors for the Elder and for the Loas, the small children.
Yeah, the small Loas that live in the cages.
Yeah.
And that you have like to go through a waterfall to find them and that kind of stuff.
Yeah. So these we had really high-pitched voice. That was actually a male. Our CEO made the voice acting for them.
Okay.
Yeah. But the Elder was female. Yeah.
Well, the elder doesn't really say much. I mean, she talks about health. She says that, she says what you have to do and where you have to go, and that's kind of it.
Yep. Yeah, pretty much. She takes care of the children, like she's the village elder, so she takes.
Why doesn't she go around to free them from the cage? She only stands in one spot.
Because when the parts of the siphons have scattered, her, like, all of the Loa's energy is very low, so she doesn't have the power to go find them herself.
Oh, okay. I didn't think about that.
Yep.
I was thinking she was just lazy or something. Yeah, I'm really bad.
Yeah, maybe she's lying and she's just lazy. She's like, yeah, the power is low.
But like in every game, the player has to do something, so...
Yeah.
Mostly the people that say, hey, you have to do something, are just too lazy to do it themselves.
Yeah, that would be so boring though. Like, hello, thank you for coming to the island. We already fixed everything. No, please turn off the game. You won.
Yeah. Or like helping them instead of doing everything for them. So you see the Loa like working, and then you go around it and help them. That would be fair. Then it wouldn't feel like they are too lazy to do anything.
Yeah, maybe.
Hey, yeah. Oh, now I have insulted your Loas. What do you think is currently helping or hurting the indie game industry?
What do I think is currently helping or hurting the indie game industry? I think like making games easier to release is really helping the indie game industry. Like every year, everything just gets easier for everyone, which is good because then the players get the best games because you get less hurdles. That's a hard word to get through before you can release the game, which is really nice. I wish as a programmer, I wish that just, making a game and then pressing the magical release button would be everything you had to do. That would be very nice.
Well, then you have to do marketing, because otherwise no one will know your game is out there. And...
Exactly. There's so much stuff you have to do. You have to do marketing, you have to contact Valve and Xbox and PlayStation and tell them, hello, we have a game. And
well, I did talk to your PR, so I know you hired one.
Yeah.
They are pretty nice.
Yeah.
Nice people. I don't know who they are, but they seem to be nice people.
Yeah, we have one guy from RightNiceGaming that is handling PR, and then we have some more people from Grip Digital that are handling as well. So they're all really nice people.
Yes, Grip Digital is like staged as a developer of the game, but
Yes.
when you look at the profile, like on Twitter for the game itself, it only says RightNiceGames. So why is Grip Digital being staged as a developer on the game pages?
Yeah, they helped with some stuff with the development, but we did the most pretty much. So they helped us with save states and porting and stuff like that.
Okay, so they did help.
Yeah.
They are not just there for their name.
No.
Almost. Which game conventions or events do you plan on attending this year?
I don't know. As of right now, I would have to look with our marketing team. I don't know, actually.
That helps.
Yeah.
We're going to events, but we don't know when or why or...
Yeah, so I'll pass on that question.
Okay. Well, then I guess I'm out of studio and game questions, and we're going to the personal questions.
Okay.
Yeah. What do you personally think about each platform?
Each platform that we released on?
No, just each platform just that's out there. I mean, if you really like to play on your mobile phone, you can talk about your mobile phone.
Ah, okay. Yeah, I'm like a super hardcore Nintendo nerd. So I really like Nintendo. I haven't played the Switch. I haven't actually. I didn't buy it yet. I haven't played on it, but so I don't have much to say about it. But I played Zelda for the Wii U, Breath of the Wild. It's really good. I haven't finished it yet, so no spoilers, please.
Now everyone, post the spoilers in the comments below.
No, don't do it. And like PC, I play a lot of PC as well. PC and Wii U are my main gaming consoles, actually. I haven't.
You don't like Xbox?
I do like Xbox, but I don't have an Xbox.
Okay.
Or I don't have a PS4 either, actually. Maybe I should buy them sometime. Maybe the next generation.
Well, I'm the bad guy that has an Xbox One and a PlayStation 4, but no Switch.
No. I did borrow a PlayStation 3 from my friend, so I played some of the classics for PlayStation, like Journey and Heavy Rain, and Last of Us.
Heavy Rain was awesome.
Yeah, it was really good, and I didn't know anything about Heavy Rain in the start.
Same for
no
me.
spoiler.
At first I was like, oh, this is like a depression simulator.
Yeah, it was super cool. And then in the end, I was like, "What? No!"
Exactly.
Yeah,
That's what I thought. I played it on my PS4 for the first time, so it was like really old. But for me, it was new because I hadn't played it.
Yeah, and like I love when there's like if anyone wants to play Heavy Rain, please maybe skip this part or something. But I love like when I play a game and or watch a movie and I don't know that there's a twist, and then there's a twist. That was like the best part.
Yeah, that's exactly.
I had no idea. Yeah, I had no idea that there was gonna be a twist, and then there was a twist.
I still want to stream the game for one time, but yeah, with my work and my other hobbies, I don't really have time.
Yeah.
I need to know myself if I want to do that.
Yeah, that's the problem. When you work with games, you have no time to play them.
Yeah, I work with games, And I don't even make them. I'm not a developer. I will probably never be one.
Mm-hmm.
Why did you choose to start in game development?
That's a funny question because I never chose to start with game development. I think like in Sweden when you like you have like school that you need to go to, and then when you change to a school that is not like forced, what is it called? Well, it's not forced school, but you have to go to school, and then you don't have to go to school anymore, like high school. Then you have to choose like some kind of specialization for what you want to work with, and I wanted to work with technology. So there was this technology program for making games, and I was like, I think technology is fun and I like games, so let's study this, but I'm not going to work with games. I'm just going to study games and the technology together. And then when I started the school, I was like, I'm actually good at this. I'm actually pretty good at making games. and then I just continued making more and more and more games. And after that, I applied for Future Games, which is where we later started working with Skylar Plux. And I got into Future Games, and I continued making games, and then we started working on Skylar Plux, and then we created a company. So it's been like everything has been like a natural path. It has like moved into each other, I think, somehow. There was never like, oh, I'm doing this thing, and now I'm gonna change to games. It was like, I'm doing this thing, this sort of like games, and then I was like, I like games, I'm gonna do that more, and then I did more and more and more, and then I became an indie developer.
Well, I have talked to people that were like a psychologist and then decided to let's make games, and then just quit their job and started making games.
Yeah, I've heard stories like that as well.
You would be surprised how many people didn't do anything with games before. Even a plumber can make games nowadays.
Yeah.
I haven't spoken to a plumber that does, but
you'll have to find one.
Yeah, I will tweet out. Do I know any plumber that makes games?
Yeah.
And then if there is a plumber, then he would be like, what the fuck? Why are you especially looking for a plumber that makes games?
And you were just like, I don't know. I like plumbers.
Yeah. Well, yeah. It could work. What type of education did you do?
What type of...
You did go to game school. What did you
What kind of
especially
education?
learn for, like, programming?
Yeah, so the technical program that I went that was oriented towards games was very, very general. I did music, I did art, I did like project management, and sound effects and stuff. And then, like, my last year, I was like, programming is hard, but I should try it. And then I tried programming, and then I was like, this is what I want to do.
It's hard, but I like it.
Yeah, it's very challenging. And once I got a hang of it, it was really nice, because I like to be very hands-on when making games. Mm-hmm. So like the education was very general about games and stuff. I did some maths, but then in the last year I decided to go into programming, and then I started Future Games, and that was a game design program. So we did like game design, more programming, level design. We tried QA. It's a really good education, and they got applicants from all over the world.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, you did well then. What type of games do you play in your free time?
As I mentioned before, I play of course I play Skylar Plux sometimes, but not so much when I'm not working. And I play Breath of the Wild. It's one of my favorite games at the moment. I'm a huge Zelda fan. I played all the games, finished almost all of them, not every single one, but almost all of them. Like I played way too much League of Legends. Way too much. But I'm not playing that much anymore. I like Counter-Strike. I think Counter-Strike is a really good first-person shooter. And yeah. And also a lot of indie games. Like one of my favorite games is Limbo. Fez is really good. The Beginner's Guide and Stanley Parable. Really good games. Like I like my indie games short and to the point.
Yeah, an indie game should be 2 hours, maybe 2.5, and then it's enough.
Yeah, maybe 6 maximum, I think, but 3 is good.
Well, if you think games should be short, then it's like 2-3 hours max.
Yeah.
Normal is like 6 hours nowadays.
For a normal game?
Or a normal game, yeah, the AAA games are normally like 6 hours nowadays, I don't know.
They are? Maybe I'm really slow at playing games then. I'm usually very slow.
It's like if you play Forza Horizon, you after 200 hours you still don't have all the cars, but
yeah.
There's also games like Call of Duty that takes 5 hours and then you've played everything. A lot of EA games also 5 hours. So mostly the first-person shooters that come with multiplayer game.
Yeah.
There is like a single player for 5 hours or something.
Yeah, I don't usually play those single-player games. Or like if I buy the game, I play only the multiplayer. I never play the single-player.
I like multiplayer, but I like single-player more. I like to be playing all alone without other people, without having connection problems.
Yeah.
I mean, if the power goes down and it's like shit, but that almost never happens.
Yeah. Yeah.
Power goes down like once every year.
Sorry?
The power goes down like once per year, so
yeah.
Single player is pretty much always possible.
Yeah. Except when the power goes down.
Yeah, but it's like once a year.
Yeah.
And last time it happened in the middle of the day while I was in the supermarket and then everything was dark.
Oh.
It was really weird to be in a really dark supermarket.
Yeah, that sounds strange.
Yeah.
But playing board games is also very fun. Then you don't need any electricity.
How am I gonna see it if it's dark outside?
Well, you can have a torch or your phone.
I mean, your phone will go empty after a while. And
yeah.
Who uses a torch in their house? Who even has one?
Yeah, I meant flashlight. I meant flashlight.
Oh yeah, but they also will be like empty really fast. And well, most people don't have like 20 packets of batteries in a locker or something.
Yeah.
So board games can be fun, but if the power goes out and it's evening, then yeah, you can't really do anything with them. Because you can't see what you're doing.
Yeah. Yeah, that's true.
What is your favorite games of all time?
Oh, that's a very hard question. Like, if you... There's so many ways to measure this. It's like, how many times have you played something? Could be one. Like, how long have you played something? And then one could be like, how much has this impacted your like you as a gamer? And one could be like, how much has this impacted the industry in your like from your perspective? Or so.
Now I should write all those questions down and ask them in the next interviews just to torture them.
Yeah, like, because do that because I always think of these things when people ask me like, what is your favorite game of all time, and I'm like, but there are so many games that are good at different stuff in different like scenarios and stuff. So one would be like Portal. Portal is really good, like both as something you play and also like as something to the game industry. It was a really big impact, like how to design, like how polished and like everything they have done. Good. So Portal, maybe.
You can have Portal as your favorite game.
Yeah, Portal or Stanley Parable or Zelda or Ocarina of Time is really good.
I don't know that game.
Zelda Ocarina of Time. Zelda for the Nintendo 64.
Yeah, that was when I was a child. I didn't have a console then.
Yeah. I played it actually for the GameCube. That was the first game that I owned, and it's so good. It's very good. I played it for when I got the GameCube. I didn't have a memory card, so I played Ocarina of Time like multiple times from the start, and then I was very young, so buying a memory card was a really big investment for me, and so like I decided, okay, I'm gonna buy this thing, and then I put like, it felt like I put all of my money into buying the memory card, and I finished the first boss, and I got out to the Hyrule field, and it was so amazing. It was like the coolest feeling.
Because you finally had a memory card, so you could finally get there.
Yeah.
I can remember when I had a PlayStation 2 and I didn't have a memory card, that I would leave my PlayStation 2 on for like 20 days in a row without turning it off. Just turn the TV off and leave the console on. So it would just stay in the process where I was.
Yeah.
That's I must have wasted so much energy.
Yeah, I think that I did that once as well, but I never had it on during the night. It was always like during the day. I could turn it on in the morning, play some, and then I went outside, and then I came home. But then in the night, I always turned it off.
Yeah, I really left it on for weeks sometimes. If I was playing a game, I only had one PlayStation 2 game, so that makes it even weirder. But sometimes I was like, yeah, I want to play that level again tomorrow, and I'm not gonna unlock it again, so let's just leave it on. And then when I finally hit the last level, I was like, okay, I could turn it off today. And I didn't play for a week, and then I started over again because I only had one game. And just like you, a new game was a big investment, so getting a new game never really happens. I did get a memory card later, but I never bought a second game.
Never. So you always had one game for PlayStation 2?
Yes.
Or was 2?
Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 4.
Oh, I think I had Tony Hawk Pro Skater 3 or 2. It's one of my favorite games.
Yeah, I played 4 like so much as a child. I think if I would play it today, I would recognize all the maps, but I would find it very boring. Because I've played it so much as a child, it would be boring now.
Ah, yeah. So,
Yeah.
no, please continue.
Yeah, you can continue.
No, I didn't have anything to say.
Well, that was my last question.
Okay.
But I wanted to, it was the last question on the list, but I wanted to ask, is RightNiceGaming going to make like a new game in the future?
We are, at the moment, we're supporting Skylar and Plux. And we're like gonna take a bit of time off since like this game has been a lot of work, and we're gonna discuss what we want to do in the future real soon, and we'll keep you posted.
On another island.
So I guess if you follow us on Twitter and Facebook, we'll post updates on what the plan is in the future. But as of right now, we're just working with Skylar and Plux. Or not just, but you know, we're working with Skylar and Plux.
Nice.
Yeah.
So you're gonna go for like a holiday?
Yeah.
Well, you deserve that, I guess.
Thank you.
After making a game for 2 years, you deserve the holiday.
Yeah, I think that sounds pretty fair.
So yeah, then now we have had all the questions. Do you have anything else you want to say?
It was really nice talking to you, and I hope I gave you good answers, and that the listeners are pleased with my answers.
I hope they are. I can't judge for them. For me, you did. But, yeah.
Oh, thank you. I haven't done many interviews, so this was exciting.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, then this was it. Yeah, my review of the game and all the social media links to you guys will be in the description below.
Awesome.
Yeah. It would be easier for people to actually visit them instead of that I let them search for that stuff.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm not that bad for letting them search all those things. So yay, that was it.
Cool.
Yeah, cool.